I'm watching castles crumble from my place inside the valley.
My name is Thomas and I play guitar.
I'm Lewis, I play the drums.
I'm Chris, I play guitar and I sing. And that sounds like there's only two guitar players, but there's actually a stand-in bass player for our tour. So, yeah, he's here, but he's not an official member of the band yet. So
Okay.
he exists in some way.
He will be playing with us tonight, hopefully.
So how would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
You do it.
It's the hardest question.
It really is.
To people who aren't familiar with the genre, like pop punk is what I tell people who know, what we're talking about. But a lot of people haven't heard of that. So I don't know. It's a hard question.
Yeah, people we tell them pop punk and people think like Blackout or something, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
not to say they're a bad band or anything, but like that's a little more on the juvenile side of pop punk, I guess. Like pop punk's kind of evolved since Blink-182 was big. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's a little bit different. People ask us to like compare bands, and we always like to say like Yellow Card or like Take You Back Sunday, because we have like a two vocal kind of aspect too. We have two singers. And
Lots of
some
angsty,
parts.
yelly singing kind of.
Yeah. So what's another one?
Citizen-ish vocals, kind of.
Sorta.
Citizen.
Brand New is a good.
Brand New's, yeah.
Yeah.
They're older, earlier stuff. We kind of draw a lot of influence from them. Fall Out Boy,
Yeah.
a more angsty Fall Out Boy.
Like mature pop punk, not singing about like girls and farting and stuff. More like relationships and cool stuff.
It's a pretty good way to describe it, I think. So how did the band get started originally?
Well, me and Chris have been friends since we were like 5. And in like 6th grade, we were in, it's like an advisory class. Basically, you just go in there and you just sit.
Do your homework.
Yeah, it's like a study hall kind
Do
of
your
thing.
homework.
And Chris was like, "You play the drums, don't you?" And at the time I didn't. And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he was like, "Let's start a band." And like I could barely play because my dad plays the drums, so like I could play a beat. So he's like, "Cool." So we like started jamming, and then we've been jamming ever since. Literally, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be playing music. I don't know if you realize that, but
I just found out you lied to me, so
I had like
just shattered.
But anyway, so we've been playing all throughout high school, and we've been in like countless bands. And like right our senior year of high school, we were like, let's do something that we can be proud of and like take it seriously. So we started writing songs and doing all that thing. And it's just kind of grown since then. I don't think we ever imagined we'd be in Indianapolis with this band
Yeah.
back in high school. But we met Thomas a few years ago, and we had lost a member, and he seemed like a perfect fit, so we called him, and he like quit his whole life to be in our band. So
Yep.
Sure did.
we're very appreciative to have Thomas. So
Yeah.
It was just my job. It wasn't my whole life. And I just have to drive like an hour and a half to practice with him. It's not a big deal.
he's not bitter at all.
Yeah. We've been through several not lineup changes. We've kept core members, I guess you would say, but Thomas is definitely like a very core member. Because we've changed sound a lot over. Well, I would say we changed sound a lot this last little album we did, and that's largely weirdly due to Thomas, but Lewis wrote most of the music, and like I don't know, we changed it all up, but I'm sure we'll, explain that in depth further. But yeah.
All right. So how did you guys come up with the name for the band?
He kind of did it, so I'll let him go with that.
Well, really, we had a huge list of names whenever we were like planning all the names or whatever.
Yeah, we'd sit in like class. Before the band in high school, I'd sit in class and I'd write things down, and just that sounded cool. And we
Yeah.
just like.
So we kind of just like picked the name, and it was cool. We picked it, and then like we kind of thought on it. We just like sat and said, "This is a cool name. What we like? I don't know. What does it mean to you?" And like to me, and I guess it sort of resounds now with the band, because we were at that stage where you're kind of like a kid, kind of like growing into music, I guess, and we were just like, let's do something that's like true to ourselves, and so every song is just kind of like Dear You, like Dear Yourself is like what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're saying, instead of like, I don't know. It really explains how we used to write and how we used to view music as a whole, or me at least, so
So
yeah.
kind of like you're writing for yourself.
Yeah, and yeah, just staying true, as
Or whoever's listening, maybe like the song is like the letter. It's like Dear to You, and then the letter is the song. I don't know.
People always actually think that it's a Jawbreaker reference.
Yeah, there's a band called Jawbreaker, and they have an album called Dear You. And a lot
Or a
of
Man
people,
Overboard reference.
yeah,
There you
a
go.
lot of people ask us if it's from Jawbreaker, and
I
a lot
say
of-
yes.
I've been saying yes. I've kind of been saying yes a lot. It sounds bad, but just because every time people say Jawbreaker, yeah, and then we say no, they're like, oh, okay, screw you then. Like,
Yeah.
like they lose all respect. So, but it's not because of Jawbreaker or Man Overboard, but they're both really good bands.
So, what kind of music do you guys like to listen to?
Honestly, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like my favorite album right now is Taylor Swift's 1989. Like no one neither of them like it, but I love it. And like we listen to pop punk bands and indie bands and heavy bands and literally everything.
We listen to Sarah Bareilles on the way up here. Well, I listen to a song. I listen to Sarah Bareilles on the way up here.
Shit, what were we listening to? Like Godsmack.
Yeah, well, yeah, those are all unrealistic.
I mean, we like the range of stuff we listen to is insane. Like anything that's good, sounds good, like we'll like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Have a huge respect for people who make music in any form. So if it sounds good, I'll probably like it.
So, how old were each of you when you first got started making music?
Well, 6th grade. I think I was 12. That's kind of when I started, like seriously started. I tell people I've been playing drums my whole life, 'cause I kind of have, but seriously, I have been playing drums since I was 12.
So, after he asked you.
Yeah, after he asked me to. I think it was 11 or 12. I don't know. So that's like 11 years.
It's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's like half your life, at least.
Almost, yeah.
I started playing guitar when I was like 7-ish, and my sister got a guitar, and she was just like, "Here, look at it," and I was like, oh, "This is cool." And so I learned. The first song I learned was like "Paint It Black" by the Rolling Stones or something like that. But yeah, seriously, I've been probably playing since I was like 9.
Yeah, I was doing all kinds of stuff. I started playing drums when I was like 13 or so, and then the same thing. My friends were like, "Hey, you can kind of like play bass too, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I bought a bass. I started learning bass, and then they're like, "Oh, you can play bass. That means you can kind of play guitar too, right?" And I was, "Yeah, I can do that too." So I bought a guitar. I started learning guitar, and
Basically,
now here I am.
We
So.
just fake it till we make it, I guess.
That means you can kind of play mandolin, right?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I did. I played a mandolin.
Yeah.
Also played accordion too on my friend's track. Crazy experience. But yeah.
Wait, did you really?
Yes, I really did actually.
Oh,
Play
no,
accordion.
you're kidding.
No, I actually
That's
really
cool.
did. Yeah, I played accordion.
I got a harmonica for Christmas once.
No, you got a set of
Oh,
harmonicas
yeah,
for
set of
Christmas. All
For my
every
sister-in-law.
key.
It was a really cool gift. Shout out to my sister-in-law.
So, what's the best advice you've ever been given, musical or otherwise?
I thought about this.
maybe.
Well, yeah, Kevin's always he's like chock full of them. I thought of today. It was a cool not quote, but like I remembered Reed from a band that like remember a long time ago when Reed came and like mentored us long time ago. We were in a band called State Champs at the time with like other friends. It was so long ago.
There's another band popular now called
Yeah, it's a very good band called State Champs now.
Not
We
the
were
same
not
band.
the good band called State Champs.
Not the same band.
But yeah, he said, I just remember, the only thing I remember from that whole day was he said, like, never stop being satisfied, which it's weird, you can take it many different ways,
Well,
but
never be satisfied.
never be satisfied.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, never stop being satisfied, always be satisfied. No, yeah, never be satisfied,
Yeah,
never find complacency, just always keep climbing and keep thinking you can do better because you always can.
Like whatever you have, even if it's like the best thing you've ever made, like try to strive for something better than that until you die, I guess. Because that way, I don't know, you just keep progressing. Because when you're satisfied, you tend to be lazy and you tend to kind of take a step back.
No, that's really good advice.
It's,
So, what has been your favorite show on this tour so far?
So far.
This one's gonna be pretty cool, I
This one
feel
will be
like.
great.
The venue here is...
the Irving. Shout
Yeah,
out
the
to
Irving.
No, this is a really cool venue. Probably one of the coolest we've ever played at.
This one's the biggest on the tour.
It's
This
also
far-
haunted, if you didn't know that.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's
Definitely the best on tour.
I can't wait. I'm gonna stay after and like.
Let's sleep in the
Catch you
Irving.
guys.
I kind of wish you would have told me that. I'm just kidding.
We played in New York, like two nights ago, and
We played at a pizza place.
yeah, we played at a pizza place, and there's a guy there. He calls himself Pizza Jesus, and
No
he
one
like
knows his name.
gave it. I don't know his name. I really don't. I just called him
It's
Pizza
Jesus.
Jesus the whole
Everyone that place was cool. He gave
Yeah.
us all kinds of free pizza and Snapple, and
Yeah, Snapple. That was nice.
that was fun. I mean, all the shows honestly have had their own like unique like funness to them. We've played at a lot of cool places, and honestly, there hasn't been a night where we haven't met somebody and been like, dang, that person was awesome.
Yeah.
So
We played at deli.
we did play at deli.
We
Well,
don't play in food places that often. So.
this deli, like we tell people we play at a deli, but this place is kind of like a deli on steroids. Like they have like a wrestling arena in there,
Deli by day. Oh yeah, they do a
and,
wrestling.
and they also have like a stage, and they have shows in there all the time. That place was really cool. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite. I think tonight at the Irving will be fun.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, the owner of the Irving was just in here, and he said to mention the Irving as many times as possible during the
The Irving.
So, this question is actually from our camera person here.
Shout out to the camera person.
If you were on an episode of Punk'd, who would you punk and what would you do to them?
I'll probably like anyone.
Yep, anyone.
Okay.
Anyone
I know
ever.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
See, cause like my first instinct would be to probably punk like Grant, who our bass player, just because he's really fun to mess with. But shout out to Grant though, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, dang, that's hard. I'll let someone else go first. I'm gonna think about it.
I would. I thought it was just gonna be celebrities. I would punk Leonardo DiCaprio, and I would like give him an Oscar. And then like Ashton would come out, or I would come out, I guess, and take it away from him.
That's mean.
That is mean.
Dang.
I can't think of anything, honestly.
I think I would try and punk like Keanu Reeves because he's just always kind of like a sad guy. I don't think it would faze him at all. I think he's just
He would just kind of like sit there and be like, oh, okay.
stop, man. I don't know. That'd actually be a very terrible episode of Punk'd, but
I saw. This is kind of not answering your question, but there's an episode of Punk'd where they punked a guy who plays Frodo. What's his name?
Elijah
Wood. And he started crying, like his eyes.
Oh yeah, I think Justin Bieber cried too
Probably.
on his.
I don't know. I would punk the president.
What?
Oh dude, be careful.
You're right. I'm kidding. I wouldn't punk.
It would probably be Grant.
Yeah, I would punk Grant.
Okay, if you punk Grant, what would you do to Grant? Like, what would be your, it's funny because I can think of so many things, but what would be your, like, ultimate?
I'm not good at pranks. Like, I'm really not, like, good at pranks at all. I wish I was, because it'd be fun to prank people, but I'm not. I don't know. I would trip him or something.
So,
And then I would feel bad after, because, I don't know. Grant gets kind of a lot of crap from us. So,
So he pretty much gets it out on a daily basis anyway.
Oh yeah.
except
On an
he's
hourly.
not getting punked. It's just continuous.
yeah, there's no, like, hugging after.
This tour is a huge Punk'd.
A giant
but-
Rickroll.
Seriously though, Grant's great. I want him to know that, because he'll probably watch this later and get mad at us. But he's a good guy.
Also, the Irving is a great venue.
Irving. Shout out to the
Yeah.
Irving.
Yeah, they're pretty cool here. Well, in case friends or family see this interview, what do you guys want for Christmas?
Well, my mom is awesome, and she already got me my Christmas present. But I want an Xbox. The new Xbox One. Please, Mom.
Mom, you can just pay my rent. It's gonna be really hard.
Actually, you
to
know
get
what?
back from this.
I'll trade that. Yeah, I'll trade that back. I want my rent paid.
Yeah, my gift was tour money.
Yeah.
So, I already got my present.
Yeah, my mom already hooked me up, but
I did see, I found this thing, I already know I got it, so this isn't even, it's moot now, but I found a draft, like of beer, like a tap that had, you buy like little mini bags of beer, like big bags of beer, I don't know if they come in bags yet. I didn't even get to inspect it, I just saw it in Target and I like pointed as I walked by, I was like, I want that one, and then I think I'm getting that one, because then I got a picture of our apartment the other day, and under the tree there's a box shaped similar size to that, so. I'm gonna pretend I don't know what it is, and I'm really just excited, but I'm pretty sure it's a beer tap, and I'm really excited.
Well, maybe they won't see it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll hide it until after Christmas.
So, what was the best present you've gotten for Christmas before, or birthdays, or anything?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I think like I think my dad bought me my first guitar for Christmas. And it was actually a guitar similar to the Tom DeLonge that you're playing.
Oh
He
yeah.
bought me like a really nice guitar. It was like a Fender Tom DeLonge signature. And like I was just eyeing it like at this tiny music store in Houston like for months, and he just finally bought it for me for Christmas, and it was like my first guitar. So
Solid guy, also. By the way.
As I've gotten older, like my parents like know like that I'm older, so they just give me money, and that's awesome. That's all I ever want. But like when I was a kid, I remember getting a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and like I was that kid. I was literally that kid. Like, I got that. I got the 64, and I got like Zelda, like Majora's Mask. Like at the time, I think I was like 8 or 9, and I was so stoked. And they gave me the like strategy guide and everything. That was probably the best Christmas present I ever had.
I actually got a BB gun for Christmas one time. That was pretty cool. I remember and it wasn't like my best present, but I can't remember my best present is, so I'm gonna go with that. I remember I got a BB gun. It was like a Red Ryder gun, kind of like the kid gets on A Christmas Story. And we left, and I remember my parents were like, all right, let's go, they were like, we're gonna open one present, and then we're gonna go look at Christmas lights, because we didn't sleep from like Christmas Eve to like Christmas morning, you know, we would stay up because we were too excited. So we all got in the car and drove and looked at Christmas lights in our little bitty town, and like I guess when we were getting in the car, my dad like cracked the back door. And so when we were pulling up, they made like this huge spectacle, like, oh my God, look, the back door's cracked open. And I was like, well, I've got a gun now, so I'm cool. I was like, we got a gun. I've got it sitting right inside the door. I was like, I'm gonna go in and shoot whoever's in our house. That was supposed to be Santa. That was
You're gonna shoot Santa.
Yeah, because I don't know, my first instinct was like, someone's in our house, and I got a gun, so obviously I'm like the king of this like domain now.
That's cool.
But yeah, it turns out no one was in the house.
You didn't end up shooting like the dog or anything, did
No,
you?
I didn't. I shot some cans though. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So, well, that is the end of the interview.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
One thing first, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
If you're ever in Indianapolis, make sure you go to
Visit the Irving.
No, because seriously, the Irving is so, like the coolest place I've ever been.
Yeah, and he has a coffee shop that he just loaded us into, and like he unlocked it and just left. Like,
Yeah.
if I were him, I would have been like watching, but I guess he's a trusting guy. He seems like a very nice guy.
Cool guy.
I was gonna say seriously, we released our album in October and actually charted on iTunes. So that was really cool, and we are super appreciative of that. There's been a huge outpouring of support and like understanding of the like goal we have for the EP. Both like I guess like I don't know, mentally, I guess, like as far as like the point of the EP is or whatever lyrically. I don't know why I can't think of words today. Just I don't know. People have really connected with it, and that's cool. And they're really connecting with us, and that's huge. Which like are very thankful for that.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to say that Chris is usually good with words.
I know. I don't know. There's like a word I'm thinking of right now. It's gonna make me so mad. I'm gonna like finish and I'm gonna be like, that's the word I wanted.
He's a pretty smart guy. Pretty
Well, maybe when you think of it, we can just edit that in.
Yeah, it'd just be like a shot of me like in front of the camera saying the word. Man.
Yeah, just super thanks. We kind of made it on the charts. It's all due to our fans, due to
Never done
anyone
that before. by the
Yeah,
way.
anyone that's ever given us a break, like helped us out, listen to us, anything. That's awesome. It definitely gets bands' faces, and it's nice to know that people realize that still.
People care.
Yeah.
People
We're on
care.
tour right now,
Yeah.
and we've done it without, up until now, well, even including now, we've done it without any help. So as far as labels, you know, agencies, things like that. So that's 100% due to people getting involved and enjoying our music and getting to know us as people, and not just like thinking of us as a band. So that's really cool. It's a very good threshold to cross, and people have
Yeah,
done that. So
absolutely.
So thanks.
yeah, thanks. That's the big word. Thank you, fans.
Oh yes, I got it.
Man.